welcome. Magic carpet styling, proof like magic that challenge. Proof unique reminding. Getting round that losing shop. My word, she back again. You will never end the rain. We keep multiplying. Running through the evidence. They just know the. I've been rocking my natural hair, you guys, and I just love it. I just love my little crown. I'll be so happy about it because I said I'm going to be doing affirmations every day, and I missed yesterday because I was busy with clients. So normally when I get up in the early day, the first thing I do is I use my tuning forks. And as you guys can see, I have on my a piece of the jewelry that I made. This is a black tourmaline, which I told you guys I usually wear tourmaline, or I have my huge amethyst in my lap as I sit in front of my computer so that I'm not being attacked by radiation. And then I also have my black obsidian right here. So I'm crystal down. I do not come in front of all this radiation without protection. Though today I'm going to be using my tuning fork. Depending on what elements I'm calling on and depending on what energies I call on, depends on the crystal that I use. Today I'm using amethyst because amethyst is basically a heal all crystal. And so basically what I do, this is a tuning fork, and this tuning fork, the hertz is 4,225, okay? So this is very high. My husband got me these. He got me 3 different tuning forks, and they all have different levels that they can take you to, okay? These tuning forks are magical. And what I do is I take the tuning fork and I hit it against the crystal, and I cleanse my auric field from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. Make sure I get my afro puff because you know our hair is an extension of our nervous system. And I can feel it as I oh, it feels so good. I actually meant to get my mom a pair of these, but I couldn't find the ones that my husband had gotten. These, I don't know where he got these with such high hertz. And usually I'm not talking when I'm doing this, so I normally would make an ankh shape when I with the frequency. So I'll go around and down. So basically around my head, side to side, and down. And that is the ankh is a symbol of the African goddess. So basically it represents the circle part represents the womb. The 2 sideways motions represent the ovaries, and then going down represents the birth canal. So I'm doing and I usually like to do my third eye. Let me give y'all some of this. There you go. So yeah, I like to start my day with my tuning forks, and I always start my day with prayers from the from our ancient mothers, the prayers and psalms. I usually start with Psalms 91 and Psalm 71, and then I just go crazy when it comes to my incantations and psalms. And so yeah, so today I'm just gonna get on here and I'm gonna do a positive quote from our book. And let's get into it. I don't have a category already selected, so what I'm going to be doing is just opening the book, and whatever we fall on, that is what we'll read. Okay. I felt that would be a better way to do it. That way, it's kind of like spirit guiding us and not me, choosing something that I need to hear for the day. Okay, so let's go ahead and open. Bam. Let's see what we got. Decisions. So somebody out there need to make a decision, but we landed on decisions. So I'm just gonna read one from H.W. Andrews. That's the name of the guy who this a quote originated from. It says, "Not all of your decisions will be correct. None of us is perfect. Though, if you get into the habit of making decisions, experience shall develop your judgment to a point where more and more of your decisions shall be right. After all, it is better to be right 51% of the time and get something done than it is to get nothing done because you fear to reach a decision." Isn't that something?
I like that, H.W. Andrews. And basically what that says to me is that and it kind of bounces off of me and the way that I do things, because I'm the type of person where when I'm doing something, I like for it to go the way I plan it. And if I cannot foresee it going the way that I plan it, sometimes I won't even get started, because it's like, why would I do that, get in the middle, and then can't push all the way through? But for me, that's the most irritating thing, is to have something that I desire or a passion for it not to be completed, and I'm a type of person, I have excessive compulsive behavior syndrome. Like, I have this, it's not about perfectionism for me, it's more or less completion, and for the vision to look like I designed it to look. And sometimes that will stop me from making a decision on moving forward. And then also, even with let's say, sometimes when I'm stepping into new things as well, sometimes when I'm stepping into new things, new projects, it's hard for me to say how I'm going to move forward with this thing or with this project, because I'm inexperienced, I'm looking at people who are more seasoned than me. And so it's like, I don't want to look crazy stepping out there, with my new knowledge, and what I had to realize is it's the times that I'm nervous or scared that I do it. If I don't feel a nervousness or some type of, and I don't even identify with the word fear, because fear is just false evidence appearing real. Though, if I do not have some type of um, anxiety or uncertainty about a matter, if I don't have that, it doesn't really present itself as a challenge to me. And so I love it when I feel that anxiety and that challenge energy, because for some reason I like to conquer. I'm Taurus the bull, and it's like, oh yeah, you holding that red cape up, but when I get the snorting and moving, all this body weight and all of this Taurus energy is about to hit something. And when it hits, it's going to fly through the air like Superman. And it's always been that way for me. Now, I'm going to say, when I was working in my broken energy, oh, it was much harder for me to make decisions, because I didn't even trust my mind. I didn't even trust who I was. It was like, who are you? But though, once I got to know who I am as a goddess and what I'm created to be and what my purpose is and all of that good stuff, then it was easier for me to say, and even consult my counsel, which is my spirit guides and my ancestors, the great mother coming first, of course. Though sometimes it would be hard for me to make a decision, because I had a energy of perfectionism, I can say. I just need for things to be perfect. I don't believe in stepping out and just making a fool of myself, because then I got to beat somebody up because they laughing at me. I'm just kidding. But at the end of the day, yeah, you always want to make your next move your best move. But though, if you don't move at all, then just like it says at the end of this quote, if you it says, after all, it is better to be right 51% of the time and get something done than it is to get nothing done because you fear to reach a decision. And so whenever anything is telling me to push forward, kind of like with my cookbook, I had never did a cookbook before, though I bet you I was about to try. And I designed my whole cookbook before I sent the manuscript in to the person who was assisting me in publishing it, because they did like the borders and all the little fancy designs on my cookbook. And though at the end of the day, I did everything else. All the pictures that were in my cookbook were of things that I had made over the years. Oh, because I've been vegan for 6 years now. Look, there's pictures of things that I created, that I basically plated and made it to where it looked really nice and delicious. So yeah, that's me. When you guys get my cookbook, just know that the pictures that you're looking at is of things that I've actually made, whether it's lasagna, the spaghetti, the mac and cheese balls, a lot of that stuff. Oh my God, it was so fun to make. And I can't wait to get in the kitchen. Because I also have a vegan channel called A Vegan Womb is a Magical Womb. So if you want to see me creating, you can go to that channel called A Vegan Womb is a Magical Womb, meaning like your womb space. And so yeah, But yeah, this decision making, you guys, whatever that decision is that is holding you up, stopping your flow, making you just, procrastinate, break out of that. Make a decision and just do it, because you can't fail if you don't try. I don't even believe in the word fail. You can never fail. All you can do is get experience and find ways that you can make adjustments to do it better the next time. It's kind of like the Road Runner. I used to always watch that cartoon, the Road Runner, beep beep. I used to love that cartoon, but one thing that used to piss me off about that cartoon is that the Road Runner, the coyote would try to get that Road Runner, and I was even irritated by the Road Runner. It just kept getting away, and I was like, I was rooting for the coyote to get the Road Runner now. We don't never want to see nothing get smashed or die, but I was tired of that Road Runner, so I used to get mad at the coyote when I was a kid watching Road Runner, because the coyote would try something and it would be a great idea, though all he had to do was adjust it a little bit and it would work. But he would try something one time and then never try it again. I'd be like, no, do that again. That all you have to do. And so it's funny. But the fact is, the coyote was making a decision to move forward with something, and when it didn't work, even though in his mind he was like, well, if it didn't work that time, it'll never work. Though with us, we have to know there's no such thing as failure. Whatever it is you decided to do, whether it's go back to school, whether it's to hang on to a relationship or not. If a relationship is toxic and you see that it's not growing you, then yeah, make that decision to get out of there. Don't procrastinate on that, because it can turn out worse, and you're delaying your progress. You're delaying your manifestations coming into fruition, because sometimes spirit won't even move things into your life because you have things there that are not in alignment with what spirit has for you. And so, yeah, you guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. I have another topic that I'm going to talk about that I really feel like I just need to say, because it's been on my mind and spirit got me on this camera tonight. And just always remember, at the end of the day, no matter what they say, in each and every single way, I am royalty. You are royalty. We are royalty, family. And I shall see you in a minute. Ashe.
Oh, Brocadabra, here I come. Magic carpet styling. Move like magic at challenge. Proof unique reminding. Getting round that losing shop. My word, she back again. You will never end the rain. We keep multiplying. Running through the evidence. There's no denying.